Previously on Talk That Talk. As we're talking about this, I want you guys to think about something. Just think about all of these schools that have flag lines and twirler lines. Just think about that. All right. Since Justin hit it, Maya, go ahead. Oh, well, Portia, you gonna come in?
No, I kind of want to take this one last.
Okay, you got it last. Maya, go ahead.
Is it becoming a lost art? Whoo, child, y'all really trying to hit it tonight. As much as I don't want it to, I think so, because like Justin was saying, but just in general, this is sad. This is very sad. The focus is becoming swayed. And when we think about, even people used to aspire to be in a collegiate band. That used to be the trajectory of the art, if we're just talking about band in itself. The way in which the color guards, the auxiliaries, for the most part, for the ones who are unable, unwilling, or for whatever reason have transitioned their style, the same thing we've been talking about all show, the numbers are beginning to dwindle down because of the focus, or because it's like, okay, well, basically I can do the same thing. You know, like being in a color guard used to be there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? If I'm spending a third of my time twirling and I'm spending 2/3 of my time dancing or doing whatever the case, I don't even know. I'm getting frustrated because this is sad for me, because I grew up auxiliary. You know, I grew up on a line where I danced, twirled batons, twirled flags, twirled sabers, and whatever the hell else we did all in one show. Like, this is something that's always been, dear to me. But we're not seeing it. It's not the stage is not prominent for it in these days, or from what I'm seeing. And especially, again, I can only go up to what I consider the quote unquote hierarchy or the top, which unfortunately seems to be the collegiate realm in terms of color guard or auxiliary, in terms of a large foundation or a large stage. And even that is dwindling down and it's changing. So yeah, it is becoming a lost art, because we don't care. And the people that do care are not putting their money where their mouth is, or not putting their money where their talent where their mouth is, and going back and reiterating this art form where it can be placed. These persons who are skilled in these talents are not becoming the coordinators or the directors or the workshop planners or the workshop whomever that is inputting this art back into the school so that it can relish and that it can grow again. That's where the issue lies for me.
You better get angry. I can hear that frustration in your voice.
Because I'm like, bro, it angers me, because people try and like one off it, like, oh, like, and again, we did partially have this conversation again, and like, yeah, if you don't make a line, then that may be a go-to for some people, but for others, you try doing half back scratches and full back scratches and doing push pins and see how much effort and work that shit takes. Child, please. I guarantee you the majority, Tina from off the street can't do that, girl. Okay, that is a skill, and it is a talent, and it takes strength, it takes it takes focus, it takes all these different things, and people just try to push it aside like it ain't shit. I have an issue with that. Thank you. Good night.
So, first of all, before you go, sweetie, Chuck, are you on the toilet?
Nah, bro, I'm on the stairs, bro.
Oh, okay. usually when you see that light at the top, you in the think tank, man. So.
Nah, bro.
All right,
you got the vent over your head, so yeah.
Right. That's what I thought. That's what I thought I saw at first, man. All right, Portia, what were you gonna say?
I completely agree. Yes, it's becoming a lost art. Part of it is the work that it takes. It's a lot that goes into twirling from the time the band steps off to the time that we kick down. You know, it ain't no hit it and quit it. You have to start at the top of that thing and finish at the end. So, and for us, we gonna march 90s the whole time doing it. So you know, we have had people these last couple of years come to band camp and say, "Oh no, this ain't for me," because of the work that goes into it. But what I will say, it is a lost art, and that's sad, because if you look at bands that only have dancers, it's not, the shows are great, but would they have been better had they had some color, something to accent that drill, something to accent that part of the show, you know? So those are the things that I think we're getting away from. And yes, the bands sound great, and some people will say stuff to me like it's not missing. You only feel that way because you are you twirl flag, that's what you do, you're a coordinator. No, I feel like color adds to shows. I'm not, you know, anti-dancer or anything else. But I do think that it adds to a drill. It brings a different element to a show. And so as lines die out, or unless you do those lines that have the combinations, they do everything. Unless you do it well and do it seamlessly, it becomes a distraction, but I won't go there. But you know, a lot of times, you know, in those situations, the stuff that they should have hit, in my opinion, or should have accented, they didn't, because they was transitioning into doing something else. But yeah, it's becoming a lost art. I think it's sad for the band world. And as the lines become more blurred, I think we're gonna miss the showmanship, or a portion of the showmanship that comes with HBCU marching bands traditionally.